The aftermath of Ryan Preece's terrifying Daytona crash. After surviving a horrific ordeal in which his car went airborne and rolled over 3 times, Preece is finally breaking his silence regarding the tragic event. Tune into NASCAR Zone to hear him talk about the accident, how he felt, and why he insisted on racing again at Darlington. But before we dive into that, do subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. After his harrowing crash at Daytona just a week ago, Ryan Preece has received medical clearance to participate in the upcoming Southern 500 at the renowned Darlington Raceway. The terrifying incident at Daytona had left fans and the racing community deeply concerned, but Preece's resilience and determination have brought him back into the driver's seat. In a heartening social media video shared by his Stewart Haas racing team on Friday, Preece conveyed his excitement about returning to the racetrack, saying,
"It shows. I mean, I'm sitting right here, I'm completely fine, and I feel good, and obviously I'm ready to get to Darlington."
The incident that shook the racing world occurred last Saturday night when Preece's car went airborne, flipping over more than 10 times before finally coming to a stop. In a remarkable display of courage and physical fitness, Preece emerged from the wreckage seemingly unscathed, walking away from the damaged vehicle without any visible injuries. Following the accident, Preece spent a night in the hospital for observation and further medical assessment. Throughout the week, he underwent additional examinations to ensure there were no lingering health concerns. The Southern 500 at Darlington marks the start of NASCAR's playoff season, although Preece is not among the 16 drivers competing for the championship. The No. 41 Ford that Preece piloted during the event has been transported to NASCAR's Research and Development Center for in-depth analysis. Preliminary findings indicate that the next-gen center section design played a crucial role in minimizing the extent of the intrusion during the crash. This information was shared with the Associated Press via an email from NASCAR spokesman Mike Ford on Friday. NASCAR remains committed to safety and will continue scrutinizing the incident to determine potential areas for improvement. Despite the frightening crash at Daytona, Ryan Preece displayed unwavering confidence in his swift return to racing. He took to social media to convey his determination, stating, "If you want to be a race car driver, you better be tough. Damn it, fast, race choice Ford, Mustang. I'm coming back." He continued that theme in his video Friday, saying he was taught racers were tough.
Growing up, being around a lot of old school racers, a lot of fabricators, and just local racers up in Connecticut, the biggest thing about a racer is being tough, right? Is no matter what it takes, be out there. When you make commitments to your team, to the race team, to fulfill those commitments. So that's what I want to do as a race car driver. That's who I want to be as a person. And whatever it takes to go out there and do my job.
Ryan Preece expressed deep gratitude for the medical teams at Daytona and in North Carolina who provided him with top-notch care after his accident.
Yeah, so I feel fine. Obviously, really grateful for everybody at Daytona and the infield care center at the hospital and all the doctors here in North Carolina that I've been working with, just to make sure that everybody's comfortable with me going back racing. And I know it was nice to go home and see my wife and my daughter, and yeah, just ready to get back in that race car.
Despite the challenges and the potential for injury, Preece firmly rejected the idea of stepping aside.
I think us as racers, it's not really the main thought when we jump in a race car is, man, if I do this, can I get hurt? And if you want to perform your job to the best of its ability, it can't. But at the same time, I think we all know that there's another human being in every race car out there. So you don't want to do something that could put them in jeopardy. But at the end of the day, my job and pretty much one of the only thoughts is what can I do to win that race or to have ourselves a good day.
The gravity of Preece's crash at Daytona resonated with several NASCAR playoff drivers, including past champion Kevin Harvick. He shared their concerns about the infield grass at tracks like Daytona.
Well, I don't like the grass. It's asphalt. I still think that wreck was I still think that wreck was more violent than it probably would have been if it was not going from one surface to the next and had the car lift off. And even if it did lift off, I don't like how it just would grab in the grass and twist it in a different direction. And so it's I know we've talked about it for a number of years to get the grass off the back straightaway, and I know that there's more to that than just taking the grass off the back straightaway from how much grass is on the ground square footage standpoint from the.
Now, speaking of NASCAR safety, what are your thoughts? We're all ears. Drop your thoughts in the comments. And be sure to hit the bell button and subscribe to our channel to get the latest updates. To address these safety concerns, NASCAR spokesman Mike Ford mentioned in his email that the grass area on the backstretch at Daytona will be scrutinized, with the possibility of certain sections being paved over. This proactive approach aims to minimize the risks associated with such surface changes. Kyle Larson, a past champion, shared his personal experience of a similar wreck he had in a race in New Zealand a few years ago, drawing parallels to Ryan Preece's ordeal. Larson described, "I had like really quick rotations, and it's just wild," he said. "Like gravity pulls your hands and whole body off the wheel. My eyes were bloodshot for a few months, and I am sure he looks pretty attractive right now." In a noteworthy detail, Preece chose not to remove his sunglasses in his social media announcement on Friday, further emphasizing his resilience and determination to return to racing. Many drivers who were asked about Preece's accident echoed a collective sentiment of relief and joy at seeing him emerge from the incident unharmed. This collective sense of relief serves as a positive indicator for the next-gen car, which faced safety concerns during its debut season in 2022. The fact that drivers are emerging safely from high-impact accidents speaks of the progress made in enhancing driver safety. Driver and owner Denny Hamlin, while acknowledging the need for ongoing scrutiny and improvement, expressed his satisfaction with the progress that has been achieved in NASCAR's safety efforts.
I'm pleased with it. NASCAR's going to continue to look at it, but I'm certainly pleased with what progress has been made. And it seems like the drivers that are involved in it are pleased as well.
Playoff driver Ryan Blaney, who was also involved in a severe accident at Daytona when he made contact with Ty Gibbs and collided with the wall, shared his own experience.
I felt better after this one. I think some of the circumstances involved in it helped. My body felt more sore after this one than my head, so that was good. I think the front clip updates were definitely helped me. Obviously, hitting a safer barrier wall was positive, but I think the front clip updates were huge. I feel like if those weren't in and we wrecked at Daytona, I feel like it would have been a lot worse for sure. So it's good to see that it helped out a little bit, crushed more, so that's good. But yeah.
After making noise in the sport, Ryan Preece's crash in the air seems to have caught Kyle Busch's attention too. Kyle Busch talked about the two big wrecks that happened on the track last Sunday.
Obviously, going that fast, car getting turned around backwards, touching grass and lifting, it's a sheet of plywood, you know what I mean? So it just lift way too easy. So that was concerning, obviously. And then just how fast it took off. Like, it looked like an iRacing wreck, it was crazy. So didn't know 3,600 pounds could move that fast. But the Blaney crash, talking with him a little bit on some of the specifics of the data and whatnot, it was good to see him come out of that okay. You could really see the wall deform. You could see the car deform. Like, it seemed like everything was doing a better job of all of that. Hits are still going to be hits. We're going 190 miles an hour into a wall, so it's not going to feel comfortable. I don't think it ever will.
This Sunday, the drivers in the 2023 Cup Series playoffs will head to Darlington Raceway for the Cookout Southern 500. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to see more of our videos on NASCAR updates. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.